Hey guys, it's me, Crazy Honda Chris at Randy Kuehl Honda, and here behind me I have a 2024 Honda HR-V LX, so let's go dive in now. Alright, so as usual guys, let's walk up here to the window sticker. Great place to start. You guys welcome to pause the video right about there if you want to explore on your own. Now, you guys can see it's a 2024 HR-V. This is going to be an all-wheel drive. It's also available in a two-wheel drive option if you want to explore that. Then the trim level is an LX. This is your entry level. Now, if you guys want to do a step up, it's going to be the Sport. So it goes from LX to Sport, then from the Sport to the EXL. I do have videos that cover those two other trims down below in the description if you guys want to check that out, all right? We'll come back over to the window sticker. We got the fuel economy right here. You guys can see it's 25 miles per gallon for the city, 30 is gonna for the highway, the 27 for the combine. And down here below, it's gonna talk about your safety ratings. You'll find more of that information online right there for you guys, but right now it says to be rated. Where the vehicle's made at, the price point, and then the list of the standard features and functions, which we're gonna try to cover today just for you. Now there is going to be a $455 plus charge right here for the Platinum White Pearl. I've also throw some additional color options up there for this particular trim level. Then also there's going to be some plus charge for that particular color, so you guys be fully aware of those. So it comes here with two key fobs. All right, we'll come right over here to the front. All of your Honda Synthen features come standard. I'm talking about your lane keep assist, adaptive cruise, your 40 collision, road departure, and traffic jam assist. You also get your traffic sign recognition system, so it finds the speed limit and throws it right up there for you. So that's pretty cool. You can have a 2.0 non-turbo 4-cylinder with a CVT. I'm gonna throw horsepower and torque up there so you guys will be in the know. You have LED lights all the way around. Yes, that means your headlights, your tail lights, and then also your daytime running lights from there. You get a little chrome badge of honor right up here there with a Honda emblem, so everyone knows you're driving around with the Honda. We have a nice black finish on the grille and the lower bumper right here for you guys. Your wipers are going to be right underneath the hood line too. We're going to take a step here off to the side to the 17-inch alloyed rims. We're going to take a step back here. You guys see a side profile of the vehicle. I'm going to throw some exterior measurements up there so you guys can see how it guys compared to you guys' current vehicle or other ones out there in the market. So as we're looking at the side, you can see we have body colored handles. You're going to have a body colored side mirror from that point, and then it's going to be a nice black finish around the windows for you. Now as we're talking about the side mirror, it's going to be a breakaway side mirror, so it's a simple fold in. And if you hit something pops out, that's not a problem. Just pop it right back in place. What I like about the side mirrors is that they're actually right down here on the door versus up here on the A-pillar. So it opens up your visibility so much when you're looking from the inside out. It just covers it, makes one little less blind spot right there for you. All right, so here we are right over here. We're gonna have a capless gas tank, so when the car is all unlocked, you simply push the door right in. There we go, capless gas tank, no longer cheap cap to worry about fixing or replacing. It's a simple slide and go from that point. When you shut this, you hit the lock button, that's locked as well. We'll take a step here towards the back of the vehicle. Once again, you have those LED taillights. This makes a bold statement for safety when you're applying to the brakes. Everyone's aware that you're stopping. You get your badge of honor, HR-V, right down there below. Now on your key fob, when the car is all locked, you got this little liftgate button right here. Does not open the liftgate. It unlocks the liftgate. Okay, so if I want to keep the rest of the doors locked and I just want to unlock the liftgate, all you have to do is hit this button right here. It opens right up. Come right over here. You can see that these remain locked. Okay, so pretty cool. We're also going to have a multi-angle rear camera right back here, and then your release for the tailgates could be right here on the tailgate. Carpet mats come standard, a little bit unorganized here. But we have carpet mats, come standard right there. Spare tire if you ever need it, it's gonna be down below. And the tools you may need for those unforeseen events. Then we got a little more cutout space if you want to put anything else down here on your own. We're gonna have cruise seat tie downs, one there, right over there. So if you want to tie something down so it's not jumping around, damaging your plastics, you can do that. We have an LED light right over here, then one right over here, and then we have a 12-volt plug-in from right there, okay? You know what? Let's fold these seats down and see what it looks like with the seats down. All right, so here we are now. You can see with the seats down. Before we dive in here a little more, let's talk about the volume of space you're gonna have here in your cargo with your seats up and down. So as life happens, you'd be like, challenge accepted. You don't have to worry about it. You know for sure you have enough room as life happens. Now, as we get down here, you can see how close those seats will come down. Pretty nice and good, so it makes it pretty easy to kind of load up those awkward long items. You don't have to worry about fighting it as much. And there we are. We'll close this right back down. There we go. Now to bring those up, it's gonna be pretty darn easy. You just kind of get right over here to pull them up. You can also bring these down from in here, just like that. We'll fold this right back up. Let's talk about the door here quick. All right, so you guys got power windows, and then we got a cubby space down below. Before we dive in here, let's throw some interior measurements so you guys be fully aware about the interior measurements, so you guys make sure there's enough room for your friends, pet, cargo, or whoever is brave enough to tag along with you guys. They have the room they need. You can see we have a cloth interior, nice little pattern, nice and durable. Okay, let's get out there. You can definitely make sure you guys sit in the back seat to make sure there's enough room for everyone, okay? Headrest is adjustable. You get your third seatbelt right up here. Locks into right over there for you if you ever need it. A courtesy pocket right here, so the additional storage space. Then you got a little tray action right there. All season mats don't come standard, but I want you guys to see the all season mats right in here. How it's laser cut, fit here nice and snug. So pretty snazzy, as one would say. Well, at least my teenage daughter would say that. Now we're gonna come right up here up front. Looking at the door here quick, you guys can see you got power windows, you got your power locks, you got your mirror selector left and right, the D-pad to adjust accordingly. Then you got a little window lock button just in case young whippersnappers are in the back playing with the windows. They love doing that. So now you can lock them out so no one can mess around and roll up and down the windows. You can have a little courtesy pocket down below. Then right over here, you can see we have manual seats. It's going to be a pump action. To raise it, you got to pump up. To lower it, you got to pump down. Then you got a recline here. Then a squeeze bar to go forward and back. Here you got your pedals to give you A and B. And wrap around this way. Guess what this is? A hood release. Let's show you guys some of those common courtesy little things you may do on your own. All right, so here we are right underneath the hood. You guys already know it's a 2.0 non-turbo 4-cylinder with a CVT. We already talked about horsepower and torque, but let's talk about the little things you may do on your own. For example, like the washer fluid. It's a nice blue cap, easy to find. From there, we'll come right up here as we talk about easy to find. The dipstick is a nice bright orange. If you can find that between day and night. We have an oil cap, coolant right down over here. Your battery connection, easy exposed if you ever need to jump someone or get jumped, or even replace that battery in the future, you can. And then you're also going to have your brake fluid, then a fuse box, okay? Now, for more of those advanced questions, contact your local Honda service center, talk to their technicians. I'm sure they'll be glad to answer all of you guys' questions. But let's do one more look right over for those that have the capabilities of working on the car or just kind of curious to see what's under the hood. All right, you know what? Let's jump right back up front. All right, so here we are right in the HRV. Simply have the key fob with you guys. Put your foot down on the brake, hit the start button, watch everything light up from that point. So once again, the key just has to be in the car. It can be in your purse, your pocket, your jacket, right over there. All right. We'll come right over here on the left-hand side. You get a vehicle stability assist. If you ever turn that off, you can. It's a click and hold. As you hold that bad boy down, you get a little icon right down here to let you know, verifying it's off, okay? As I select that again, now it's back right on from there on that. Now, we'll come over here on the steering wheel release. It's a telescope, so it goes in, out, up, and down. So you guys adjust as you see fit, then just lock it right back in place. Now we're going to talk about the steering wheel controls here quick for you guys. We're going to talk about over here on the right hand side. It's going to be your safety features, all right? So this button right here is going to be on and off for your adaptive cruise or your cruise control. I'm going to show you guys here in a moment the difference between those two for the icons. So right now there's no icon up there, but if I select this button, there we go, you'll see a matching icon right over here, okay? So that's your adaptive cruise. I can tell it's adaptive cruise because you get a little speedometer with a little arrow. Just lock it in place with the car in front of it. That's the adaptive cruise. So With Adaptive Cruise, when you have your cruise control set, you can set the distance between you and the car in front of you. So let's say you're going 45 miles an hour, the car in front of you right over here is going maybe, I don't know, 40 miles an hour. Once it finds a car in range, it will slow you down to be in sync with the car in front of you at the maintained distance that you set, okay? So that's gonna be pretty cool. Now it will beep at you, slow you down, beep, 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 to let you notify when a car gets in and out of range, but you can turn that on or off. I have a vehicle settings video down below in the description to help you guys to set everything up the way you want. So when you drive off the lot, you're set for success, okay? Now let's talk a little more about some visuals here quick. So this is you enabling it because we have the icon up there now. This is for you selecting the distance between you and the car in front of you. So as I'm selecting that, you see those lines right there in the center? Less lines means closer, more lines means further away. So that's the furthest we can go. Car gets in range, it alerts you, and there we go. Now to set your cruise control, it's gonna be this little toggle switch for up and down. You toggle down to set, then you can adjust the speeds by up and down from there. All right, now, what some people have done is when they click this, try to change the distance, they hold it down a little too long, it turns your adaptive cruise control off and switches it to a standard cruise control. See how the icon's changed? I'm gonna hold it down again. ACC is your adaptive cruise control. Hold it down again. There it is, cruise mode selected. This is your standard, so it would not go in sync with the car in front of you, okay? So there it is, same concept, toggle, adjust your speeds, but it won't just slow you down. Now right up here, we got your lane keep assist. That's gonna be for your highway driving between 45 and 90, and your traffic jam assist is from 25 to 45 miles an hour. This is what keeps you in the center of your lane. So as you hit this button, you get a matching icon right up here to let you know it's available. So when you're driving down the road and it finds the lines on the road, you will get green lines up here, and this will go from white to green to let you know it's actively working. So when you go out of the lane, it will beep at you, beep, 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 beep. You can turn that on or off, then it brings you back and centers you in your lane. You should not be playing ping pong, you know, going back and forth. It keeps you in the center of your lane. So that's pretty cool. Now, if you don't like that, hey, just simply hit that button again and shut it off, and then there we go, you're good to go. All right. Now over here on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, you got your volume control, you got your different music options. As you can see, as we're selecting that, you got FM and AM from that point. Then you can also skip between your radio stations from right up here. And then you also got your volume, as we just mentioned. And then we have your voice command, so if your phone is paired or your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you can use your voice command from there. Now this is just a home menu. We're gonna get to that in a second, see this little wheel action when we talk about the driver's interface. But before we do that, let's come right over to the wipers. So you got your wipers, simply pull up to mist, as you guys can see. So you got your wiper stick, kind of just goes down from that point. Then you get your rear wipers, a little twist here on the end. Right over here, you got your lights onto auto. Push it in for your brights. You'll see from that point. And then we got your turning indicators too. There we go. So now that's everything right here on the wheel control. Let's honk the horn quick, see if we can scare anyone. That's your horn. Now let's talk about the driver's interface here quick. With your driver's interface, I'm going to be using this wheel action to scroll up and down and push in to select these items over here on the left hand side of your driver's interface. So first thing's going to pop up right there. We got settings. Once again, I have a video that goes over every single thing in this settings menu right here for you guys to customize you guys' vehicle, okay? So down below in the description, check that out. It could be a lifesaver. We're going to scroll down here to gauge display settings. So we can choose if you want everything that we're actually navigating through to be up there. If I want to clean up the mess, like I don't use speed and time, I can do a little check mark, and there we go. It removes it. But I'm going to keep everything enabled, so when someone comes out and looks at the vehicle, we know all the options that are available. Warnings, maybe like oil change, doors open, seatbelt's not on, you know, that kind of stuff. We got fuel and range. This is pretty nice. A lot of people keep this on there. So right now with a full tank of gas, it's showing us that we can go 449 miles before going in empty. This is computer generated, okay? This will always change after learning your guys' driving habits, the terrain, the type of the year, you know, versus winter and summer driving. So it's never gonna be always the same. I can tell you guys that now, okay? It learns from you. Now, as we're actually looking at that, you do have a graph down there, 0 to 90, okay? That's going to be showing you guys your lifetime fuel economy that you're going to be getting at that time during your driving. So if you guys want to level up your fuel efficiency game, there we go. There's a coach. Now, as we're talking about more coaches, you have a fuel efficiency backlight. Right now it's not on up here, but when you're being fuel efficient, as you're driving down the road, there'll be a green bar, their display right up here above your digital speedometer. You guys will see that as you guys are out there. We have speed and time. You guys get out there on the racetrack. If you just want to play around with it a little bit, you have that option. Driver's attention monitoring system. The car knows the difference between you doing a really bad job of driving or the when weather's blowing you guys around on the road. The car will do everything in its power to alert you guys or show you that, hey, you may need to pull over and take a break. Now get a cup of coffee, take a power nap, or pull over and take a power nap, not while driving. You have your all-wheel drive torque right here. I'll show you for your all-wheel drives when and where your all-wheel drive torque kicks in from here and how much. Seatbelts, you can see who's sitting where and not wearing their seatbelt. Guilty right here, driver's seat, not wearing my seatbelt. I come right over here, I grab this bad boy. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Boom, pretty responsive. 3, 2, 1. Pretty quick, okay? Maintenance, anything for maintenance wise, oil changes, stuff like that. Recommended services will pop up right there for you. Now we got your safety supports. You can turn off your road departure or your forward collision. It's simply pushing the wheel, and there we go. Now, as you're messing around with this stuff, you'll see this little icon down below. It's all grayed out now because we completely turned everything off, or maybe partial of the items are on, or everything's enabled. So everything is green now. That's all that icon is for. If I want to change my speed distance, like from miles per hour to kilometers, this is where I'll do it. I just come right in here, I click and hold it in the wheel action, but we're not going to this time. But if you wanted to. Brightness. You can adjust your brightness, scroll up and down, and pushing the wheel to select. Now we're back to settings. Now, after talking about that, let's talk about a little bit about the layout of your driver's interface, where things are at, how to read certain things. Let's get in here. So we got your speedometer right here, a digital one right there for you guys. You guys can see that your safety features on for your adaptive cruise control. It's no longer. We already talked about those items from there. Or normal drive. We're going to talk about that once we get to the center console controls here in a second. Outside temperature is 80 degrees, 19 miles on it. We're in park. So if I change that, you'll see reverse and all that, neutral and drive, low, gear, and S mode. Okay. This is your gas tank right here. So it's not this little red line we're looking at. We're looking at the bars, the Hershey bars. Okay. So if it was a half tank of gas, guess what? Yes, you are correct. Half of those Hershey bars are going to be gone. Every car does things a little differently, so I just want to point that out. You guys can see right down here, it's going to be 341, and then there we go. So another question I'll probably get is, Chris, where is the temperature gauge for the vehicle, you know, the engine bay temp and all that? Hey, you know, Honda has decided to clean up that clutter. There's going to be a light that'll come on, a blue light if the engine's cold, a red light if the engine is hot, okay? So you get a little light indicator from that point. We'll come right over here to the 7-inch touchscreen. If it's flickering, it's because my phone's not keeping up with the refresh rate, so I do apologize about that, guys. So you got your volume control right over here, on and off for the radio, so it's pretty nice and easy. So you also got your tuner. You can do a little tuner action from here, or you can push that right in, and then you can select with your fingers, scrolling up and down, or you can do the little wheel action, whatever you want to do. All right. Now let's say you find a radio station. Let's just pick one. There we go. To save a radio station, all I have to do is click and hold, give it a second, it beeps, and then there we go. Now, to switch between FM and AM, you got your radio option right here. You just simply tap that. It's AM radio, FM radio. Okay? You can pair up your phone. So when you get incoming calls, you can actually answer your calls, reject them. It plays through the vehicle for you. So it's pretty nice. Media. Says you select media. You do not have a CD player, but You can download it yourself onto a flash drive, or maybe get one of those online that will have a USB plug-in CD player. Then you can just put your CDs in and then kind of play it from that way, okay? Now, we do have Bluetooth capabilities too, so if you have a device that you're using, you want to sync right up via Bluetooth and play your music, you're set. We also have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, okay? So Apple phones is a simple plug and play. Get your phone charger, plug it into the USB down below. Then you guys will be set. Android Auto, download Android Auto, then it's a plug and play. Allow the permissions from there. We got a little menu option right over here. All right, I think all those noisy cars are done driving by. So that's going to be you guys' touchscreen pretty much right here, okay? So you can skip between radio station. You got a nice little ledge. As I'm kind of casually driving, got a hand in a hand on the steering wheel. My other one, I'm kind of set. We're going to back out right over here and talk about the dashboard now. Let's talk about the most important thing in the world that gets me in a lot of trouble is the climate control with the vents. I like to blast the AC going all the time. I'll run pretty warm. You guys can see I got a vent over here. This one's mine. I got nothing but glare. Let's see if we can read this. There we go. So if I push this all the way over, it completely closes it. I open it up a little bit. There we go. I got air coming through. So it's up and down, stuff like that. Okay, so that's mine. We got a couple right here, same concept. I guess that's a little easier to see. All the way over is closed. It's open. Still adjustable. So we will argue about these vents. And then that one's yours. I can't reach it. So I guess you guys are safe right there. Hazard lights, if you ever need them. Hopefully you never will, but there they are. A nice floating button. And then just check out this little pattern right there. Now down below, we're going to have your climate control. So you get your temperature. It displays right there. Then also right up here on the touch screen. So I don't have to be driving down the road and put all my eyes, all the way down here. I can be just whoop right over here as I'm playing around. That's going to be the same for the fan speed. It's going to show you right there. Fan speed right up there. Your different modes. You guys get the concept. We have your air circulation, front defroster, rear defroster, AC on and off. So there's your climate 101. We got a little tray action. All right, so now we just got done finished talking about the dashboard, the climate controls, and then we got interrupted right down here. Now let's talk about the center console stuff. We're going to talk about the little tray action right down here. You got a USB plug-in, cup holders down below. We'll come right over here. You got your shifter. Let's see if I can remove some glare. Oh, glare's on my phone. So there we go. So you can see there's a little light. We got park, reverse, neutral, drive, S mode, and then low gear drive. Now when you put the vehicle into reverse, guess what pops right up? Your multi-angle rear camera, okay? Down here below on the left-hand side, it's gonna show you how the camera's gonna act. These little photos, you can see that this one is selected. Then I select that one. It's a nice 180 view, kind of catches a little more of your blind spots here off to the side. Then a more of a directly right behind you view. All right, so you can see that little car right there, that little white Accord. It's way over there, okay? Then we have a straight down shot from your rear bumper view. Now as you turn your wheel, guess what? Changes color so you know your tire's down a line. Then also kind of helps guide you what direction you're going, okay? And there we go. We'll put that right back to park. We'll come right down over here. You got your different drive modes. So it's going to be a toggle switch. As you come right up here on the driver's interface, you do a little toggle up and down. Let's do a little down action. You can see there's an Econ mode. All right, Econ's going to help you make you more fuel efficient, most effective for your highway driving. You get anywhere from 2 to 4 more miles to a gallon, depending how aggressive you guys are driving in your driving habits and the terrain you're at. So now, rule of thumb or something to keep in mind, those really hot summer days, you got to choose you want to be fuel efficient and comfortable because it does affect the power of your AC and your acceleration and your electrical power up front. So keep that in mind when an Econ. You can keep this on all the time. It's just not as effective for your city driving because of the stop and go. We'll toggle down. You got your snow mode action right there. So if you got an inch of snow for your city driving, I say turn that bad boy on and have fun. You're gonna love it. It's gonna change how the car is gonna perform to optimize your handling in the snow environment. So pretty snazzy. We'll come right down here to hill descent control. As you click and hold that bad boy, you get a little icon right down here below. It's just going to show you hill descent menu will come right up. It's going to try to lock you in between 2 to 12 as you go down the steep hills. You turn that off. It's a click and hold, and then there we go. Icon's gone. It goes back. We have an electrical park and brake right here. Just pull it right up. You can see it's engaged because you get a little red light action. Then you get a little brake action right up there. All right. Now to turn that off, you don't just push then the little button. You actually have to put in the button, actually apply onto the brakes, then push the button in. And then there we go. You can see brake's gone, light is gone. It's done. You have a hold brake. I have a video on that. Pretty much to hold the brake down for your stop and go driving. Down below, you get a little tray action here that we can. Everyone's gonna have a USB for you, USB for me, then a USB we can argue with, and then we're gonna have a place to hide all my snacks, my quarters, stuff like that that kids like to steal from me. So we're good to go. We'll come right over here. Glove box. Is it deep enough? Yes, it is. Challenge accepted. Throw it in there. Forget about it. Goes to a whole new dimension. At least you'll forget about what you throw in there. We'll come right over here. You got your little mirror to adjust. Just move it around. And then you got your little map light action. Dome lights, whatever you want to call it. You can turn those all the way on. Put it in the center. So I open up a door. And there we go. The lights come right on. Or I can have them off from there. Okay. Let's do a visor check. There's a visor. Comes out. Boom, boom. My visor. Then, of course, it comes out. Then it moves, adjusts, stuff like that. All right. So there it is, guys. The 24 HRV LX. Talked about the standard features and functions. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you at the next video.